Well, good morning, everybody. This is dear Mama Sal on a cloudy Thursday morning. It's 12 degrees here in southern British Columbia, and that would make it 54 in American. Yay, it's Thursday. You know I love Thursdays, and for those of you who don't know, the reason I love it is because I don't work on Fridays. Well, that's not strictly true, but I don't go to my job on Fridays. I work on dear Mama Sal stuff on Fridays. So, thank you all for your feedback yesterday on the issue I was having. I thought it's interesting to me because I really did work hard yesterday at talking this out. I realized I was emotionally charged, of course. And for those of you who didn't see yesterday's video, I had a situation arise where somebody had quoted me for something and then suddenly came back and said it cost 3 times as much, which and then was asking how much I was going to pay towards it. Woo! Anyway, so the good news was that I got legal advice. I got advice all around, actually, from people on both sides. And then, of course, as in all things in life, and that's the important thing, as in all things in life, after I had got all the information that I could from people of all walks of life, I then made my own decision. Now that's something that I really recommend. Because everybody is there to advise you from their experience, and that's great. But the bottom line is you end up making your own decision. So you don't walk around going, well, you told me so, and that's why I did it. No, you make your own decision at the end. Now, whether you make your decision based on what somebody told you or not, that's another thing. But basically, as an adult, you make your own decision. So blaming other people for it really doesn't, cut it. You have to own the fact that you made your own decision. So, by the time I got home last night, I'd had time to talk to all sorts of different people, and then I talked to the people who are close to me in my life, and said, okay, fine, this went down, and give me your feedback, and, it was amazing. And so the good news was, by the time I actually wrote my reply, it was very succinct, very short, very firm, fair, and friendly, as my friend Marnie would say, or rather her father taught her. Be firm, fair, and friendly. And so I was. So, and I haven't had a reply back, so we'll see what happens here. The other thing was I had to let go of some ego around a certain area, and that's fine. I can do that. But, you can only do that after the emotion has gone down a bit. So, the trick really is to recognize how many times we react out of emotion, not out of logic and an even mind. And it was very interesting because I actually, discussed the issue with my lawyer. And even my lawyer was bamboozled by it, which made me feel a lot better. And then it was really interesting because he went to the other partner. Guess what? The other partner was bamboozled as well. So I felt so much better. It was no wonder I was a little confused. But the end result was I got to make a decision, and I'm only responsible for my behavior, not somebody else's. So it was firm, fair, and friendly. I'm happy with that. Now that there are a couple of things going on that I just really want to talk about. One of them is this whole issue, for those of you who haven't been following the news recently, about ISIS cutting off a dam and thereby two things. Number one, stopping the water flowing down a river so that they can just walk across and attack people. They don't have to, right? They just, instead of waiting for to go across on boats or anything, they just stop the water flow, which is an interesting military tactic. But it also means that all the villages downstream from that particular dam are now without water. Innocent people who have absolutely no reason to be, absolutely have no reason at all to be punished. So sad. And that really sort of got me going this morning. I don't know why, I just go, wow. The ripple effect of these things. The ripple. And they do this in the name of religion. And you will forgive me, but most religions I know are based on love, not on... Anyway. Okay, here's the good news. This is the really good news. I left it till last because it's going to take a while. I got an email this morning from Lesley. For those of you who do not know Lesley, she is a viewer of ours who lives in Scotland, who has been part of the Dear Mama Sal network from way back. And why am I smiling like a Cheshire cat? Yes, good question. Well, you see, when we first met Lesley, she was an agoraphobic, somebody who couldn't leave the house. And she hadn't left her house in 3 years. I think that's correct. And so when we first met her, I said to her, you know, if you could leave the house, what would it mean to you? Sorry, I'm just watching somebody do something really stupid in a car. So I said, you know, what would it mean to you if you could leave the house? And she said it would mean freedom. And I said, freedom to do what? Because you understand, you need to have this picture clear in your mind as to why you're doing this. And whenever you set a goal, you know, it really helps if you have a clear picture of what it is that this goal will bring you. So she said freedom to be able to drive a car, and that would be total freedom. Now, I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, why doesn't she just go out and go and do that? Well, if you've got a phobia, which Lesley had, that's not as easy as it sounds. It's a bit like people saying to battered women, you know, why don't you just leave him? Well, there's a whole lot more behind it than just walking out the door. And that has to do with codependency, that has to do with all sorts of things. But in Lesley's case, all her reasons for not leaving were very valid. You know, the reasons she didn't want to go outside her door were very valid in her mind. It was a scary place out there. And for any of you who are viewers who have any amount of this, I do encourage you to join us on the broadcast, because I want to tell you we have quite a few people who have been pretty much in that situation. And with a lot of love and support, they have managed to break free. Anyway, we're talking Lesley. So what I did was we talked to Lesley and we said, hey, you know, you're not a stupid person, obviously, so therefore, what can you do? And she said she couldn't even walk past an open door. Now you imagine that. Not just she couldn't go out of it, she couldn't walk past a door if it was open. It felt unsafe to have an open door in the house. That's quite a level of fear. So we encouraged her to take a chair and actually sit with some support, you know, her mum next to her, to actually sit and count while looking outside the open door. I think that was the first challenge. When we said if she did that, at the time I was trying to get myself onto my total gym. Good idea, Sal. But we said if she did that, you know, I would get on my total gym and spend as much time on my total gym as she spent sort of on looking out the door. Well, the little rubbish went and did it, didn't she? So I was forced to go onto my total gym, and there were a whole support team of us, and we all went and did something we didn't want to do because Lesley faced her fear. And so then the next thing we did was say to her, okay, fine, baby steps. Always remember the baby steps. So we went, okay, fine. Now the next thing is, and make it fun, next thing is, can you get outside the door, have your mum take a picture so we know you were actually outside the door long enough to take a picture, and then go in again. And we thought that would probably take her a year. We were wrong. I think there was something about the fact that she knew I was going to have to go on the total gym if she did it that amused her. I don't know what it was. But the next thing we knew, she had done it. And we had the picture. And if you could have seen the expression on her face, it was definitely up yours. And it was so cute. Now what? Okay, so then the next time we talked to her, we said, okay, fine, you're doing a great job here. And I didn't really understand, excuse me, the environment, excuse me, the environment that she was in. So I said, how many steps is it from your door to, it's actually the back door, to the gate? No, the front door, to the gate, because she had like a fenced-in garden. And I think it was 20 steps, she reckoned. Well, I reckon that would take her quite a while, keep me off the gym. So I said, okay, your next challenge is to get down the path to the gate, through the gate, and get another picture taken. Now, I reckon that would probably take a year to work up to that. Well, I don't mind telling you, the little so-and-so did it within a month. And we were so proud of her. I want to tell you, that young lady inspired so many of us to face our fears, whatever those fears were. It was just mind-blowing how many people just shook their head and went, wow, what's stopping me? If Lesley can do that, what is stopping me? Well, I don't mind telling you that life isn't perfect and it's not all Disneyland. And so after she had done that, Lesley regressed a bit. She ended up going back inside and not leaving the house for a little while. And she wrote and told me about it, and I said, hey, not a problem. I now know you know how to get out if you want to. So now it's a case of, it's not that you can't, it's whether you want to or not. I wonder if that makes sense to you all. So I said, don't worry about it, Les. Just when you're ready, you will go out again. And I think within a month, she was out again. And then we heard that she was out playing soccer with her cousins. Wow, I cried. I don't mind telling you I cried. And then we heard that she'd gone in a car. Just so wonderful to hear. All the time, baby steps towards freedom, baby steps towards freedom. So, what was the email I got from Lesley this morning? The email from Lesley this morning was, she has passed her driver's license, her driver's test. She is now, bless her heart, licensed to drive. She now has her license for freedom. And I don't know whether that hits you at heart level, as it obviously does me. I don't know if it hits you at heart level, or soul level even, I think. But Lesley, if you happen to watch this particular vlog, all of us who know you, I know I speak for every one of us who has had the pleasure to talk to you over the years, we all congratulate you. And we all are so proud of you. Because as much as you have given us credit for the support we've given you along the way, we know that we really did very little. What you did, you did. The reason you're driving today with your own license is because you did it. But having said that, I would like to give my sincere thanks to all the people who were around at that time, and I'm afraid that I just can't remember who was there when we originally started working with Lesley. But all of you know you were there, those of you who were. And I'm certain you also know that because of your support, Lesley is now free. You know, we were talking validation a couple of days ago. And if that isn't validation as to why we do what we do, what is? And it was interesting because I think it was Alice who wrote to me and asked, you know, does validation build your self-esteem or your self-confidence? And my answer to her was, well, it depends what day it is. Now, that might have sounded like a trite response, but the truth is, in my view, it does depend what day it is. If you're feeling a little lacking in confidence and somebody validates you, then I think it does build your confidence a little bit. But I also think if you're wondering, for example, in our case, you know, whether all the hours we spend helping people makes a difference, and somebody like Lesley writes and goes, okay, I got my license. I think it's impossible not to have your self-esteem rise just a little bit. And the reason I said it depends what day it is, it really depends what your mood is as to which of the two, I believe anyway, which of the two it will affect. I wonder if that makes sense. So for all of you, I thank you. And for Lesley, way to go, girl. And you know, that makes me think of the others who took incredible steps. And I'm thinking particularly of Paul, who was inspired by what Lesley did and took steps to get out of his house, and did. And I also think about Kerry, who had a whole other group of issues but because of the support that she got, she went and got some help with them, and is almost unrecognizable today in her thinking because she did. And so, well, except for moments when she's beating up on me, of course, which she does with great fun. So I just really wanted to thank all of you, and again, give validation, if you like, to the Dear Mama Sal peeps who worked so tirelessly behind the scenes to support various people. And again, you guys know who you are, but just know it does make a difference. And you know, one of the people I wanted to recognize as well today is Erin, because Erin has worked so hard to support various people, and myself included, and yet she has had a really tough week. And so Erin, I'm going to send you a special hug as well, because this will work out the way it's meant to work out. That's the only thing I choose to believe. And I know that the news that you got this week was not the news you wanted, but we have to believe that for some reason that we don't understand yet, it's the right call. So for all of you, for the Ashleys, you know, Anna Marie, Nana, everybody, I mean, I just, you know, it would take too long, who really do support people, and some of you very quietly. I'm thinking of Alice, of Leah, of, you know, the incredible work so many of you have done. Jen, if she ever gets to hear this, she helped so many people during her time. Glenn, who consistently helps me, even to this day, whenever I really need it, to people like Matthew as well, and Christy. You know, we've got all sorts of people who are doing really great work in helping other people. And I mean emotionally helping them. And so, thank you. And way to go. I mean, that's what I've got to say is, Lesley, way to go, girl. I just think that it's probably not a bad idea, if you can manage it, to give us a give us a photograph sometime soon of you, you know, leaning against the car type thing with your car keys in your hand or something, you know, just wagging, or, you know, maybe even do a quick vid, you know, not a long one, because that's the next thing, Lesley, because Lesley's thing was the fact she was concerned about her accent. And I think one of the people I wanted to mention as well was Robin. And, you know, all of you guys, you've done so much for so many. And it's just an honor to know you all. And I know I will have upset some people because I forgot to mention them, but golly gee, please do me a favor. You know who you are. You definitely know who you are. And I'll probably be kicking myself during the day today as I remember names. I'm going, how could I have forgotten so-and-so? And the answer will be because you were driving and your concentration was on driving, not on remembering names. Well done, everybody. Way to go. The ripple effect is amazing, because now that we have Lesley in freedom, you understand she will influence so many people to get free as well, because she knows it's doable. Wow. This is a good day. This is Dear Mama Sal saying thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please click the bar above my head, and that's how you can do it. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up at the bottom here. If you're new and don't know where to find us, in the About details or show details tab below, it will give you most of our major links so that you can sort of find out where we are and what we do. Thank you, everybody. This is Dear Mama Sal saying, I really appreciate your time. Bye-bye for now.